Hi guys, and welcome to another video. This video is about Beetlejuice, the giant star in the sky, not the movie. Now, before we even start talking about Beetlejuice, what exactly is Beetlejuice? Let's check out a bit of information on Beetlejuice quickly, just so we know we're all on the same page. So, Betelgeuse is a red supergiant star in the constellation of Orion. It is usually the 10th brightest star. Now, I want us to remember that usually word there. That's quite important for a second. It's usually the 10th brightest star in the night sky, and after Rigel, the second brightest in its constellation. So that's what Betelgeuse is. It's a massive, gigantic star, a long way away. But it is in the constellation of Orion, and we can see it from Earth. It's that big, it's that bright. But I want to talk about something very unusual that's been happening with Betelgeuse. I saw first reported in March of this year. We're going to get into that in a minute. Something massive happened, but this star's been dimming. This star's been playing up. This star hasn't been behaving properly, and we're going to get into that right now. Now, this video, the title 2025 predictions, we are going to get into that in 1 second. But I just want to tell you about an event that was recorded in March of this year. And that Betelgeuse lost a substantial part of its visible surface and produced a gigantic surface mass ejection, or SME. This is something never before seen in normal star behavior. I mean, with a name like Beetlejuice, you weren't gonna be normal, were you? I mean, really. So you're gonna hear me banding around some terms, you know, SME, CME, Do Re Mi and the ABC. Just want to have a look at this quick, this bit of information here where it said both are born from the magnetic field explosively realigning, driving energy into space. I just want to see the bit where it's highlighted here, where it says the SME is a brilliant flash of light. That's important for what's happened with Beetlejuice recently, recorded in March. This, can you imagine? I want to show you this other bit of information really quickly. Let's go over to this bit here. The SME that was recorded in March of 2024 just says here, this is something never before seen in normal stars behavior. Our sun routinely blows off parts of its tenuous atmosphere, the corona, in the event known as a coronal mass ejection, or a CME. That's the one that builds up with a tail, it snaps. And then, but the Betelgeuse SME, the surface mass ejection, blasted off 400 billion times as much mass as a typical CME. So I just want us to remember that the SME, not only is it a surface explosion, a huge mass explosion from the surface of a star, it also gives off that tremendous amount of light and energy. And that is traveling through space at who knows, God knows what speed, heading where? I believe towards Earth. And I believe it's happened in the past, long ago. And I believe these SMEs, this is probably one of the biggest ones. It's lost a visible amount, an actual visible amount. It's been dimming. This star has not been behaving properly. And what really led me to make this video is I was watching a top channel on the podcast Next Level Soul. Shout out Next Level Soul. Go check them out if you haven't already. Really great podcast going on over there. And I saw a guest and they were speaking about an event. I've always had a prediction, a feeling, a knowing. I've made videos about it. You can go check them out. My 2025, you know, I predicted COVID. I knew the world was going to change. Like I said in the past, I picked up on energies, didn't have specifics what it was, but told all my friends, you know, the world's going to change 2020. It happened. That's linked to 2025, which is what this video is really about. And as they were talking, this guest, they were talking about 2025, a huge shift in consciousness coming, which I believe is one of the side effects. One of the main things actually for the soul. If we're talking about the soul, the growth of the soul, the oversoul, and the universe and God and the divine in general, this massive shift in consciousness is something that the whole universe is watching at this time. Never been done before. Never have so many human beings been awake at this time. Normal people like myself, like you, who are looking into this sort of stuff, or maybe well into it, way more advanced than me. You know, a lot of people out there, people behind me, people in front of me. I could be in the middle. That's where I like to be. Squashed right in there.
In a funny way, don't get any funny ideas right there. Oh.
So we've been speaking a lot about the star in general and these massive explosions that's been happening, that they've been able to see from Earth, you know, losing a huge part of its surface to the point where it's like dimming down and losing light. That light and energy has to go somewhere, and I believe it's coming straight towards Earth. So what can we expect? I believe truly there's going to be a massive event that happens in 2025, that the world, you know, when I don't know if I should, am I allowed to say that? When the big C word hit, isn't it crazy how we got to be paranoid about what we say now? When the big C word hit, when that hit, that the whole world knew about it. You couldn't get away from it. Everybody knew about it. That's what I'm saying. In 2025, the whole world is going to know about this event that's going to happen. Now, I can expect to see something that looks negative on the outside, which we're already seeing with wars. Our politics is all over the place, all over the globe. There's people uprisings for different reasons and crazy things going on in the world. Ideologies, separation but behind all of that, genuinely there is this uprising of conscious, you know, light workers, healers, channelers, psychics, mediums, genuine, great, beautiful people out there doing great, amazing work on planet Earth at this time, raising the consciousness of the human vibration. This SME is not something to be scared of. The amount of energy and light that is going to enter through the human body will activate the God gene, the 12th gene, the human gene, which the scientists don't know what it does. They call it the God gene, will be activated through this event, this SME, and human beings will come into their full potential slowly, as not to shock. But alongside that, I believe will be certain events. What could happen? Maybe there could be an event like the Carrington event, that amount of energy hitting Earth. What is the Carrington event? Well, let's have a look. Let's have a look here at my notes. Right, the Carrington event was a massive, it was a CME from the sun. Obviously created an EMP, an electric magnetic pulse that messes with technology. It messes with electricity, basically. So that's why you get the big, huge aurora borealises that hit the magnetosphere of Earth, and you get them beautiful colours. So it was a geostorm, a geometric storm that hit in 1859, and it was massive. It was so massive it sparked fires in telegraph stations and created mayhem. Obviously communication went down. Imagine everyone's telegraph. So everyone's telegraphing about, and then obviously CME from the sun, EMP, CME turns to the EMP, there goes them words again, bang, sparks, fires, mayhem, knocks it on its bottom, knocks the whole of Earth on its bum. Now imagine if that happened nowadays with TVs, even just your light bulbs, pop, no lights in the house, pop, no TV, no internet. You know, it could mess up the pumps in the water stations, so no water coming out your taps, no gas coming out your gas pipes. I mean, I don't want to think about big sparks and explosions going off near the gas pipes. But the world is full of technology now. I mean, I couldn't imagine the amount of fires. Aeroplanes falling out of the sky. Yeah, that's a genuine thing. The electrics in the aeroplane get fried from an EMP, a CME or an SME. And there you go. the electronics are fried. Aeroplane at that sky. So that's what we can expect to see. I think there's going to be an uprising. So politically, there's going to be an uprising. There's going to be, dare I say it, the big R word, you know. The big R word, viva. Viva the R. Viva the R. There might be a few of them going on. A few of them going on. If you know what I mean. If you know what that mask means. There might be a few of them going on. The big A. We could call everything the big something, because at this time in the human race, this is all big. This is all big. And so that's what we can expect to see, possibly on the physical level. Uprisings, political unrest, war, and maybe, just maybe, the whole planet getting fried and electric just getting boshed out of the place like that. But this is a spiritual channel, and we must look at the spiritual side of things. Now, a spiritual uprising in consciousness. What is consciousness? I've seen this little article here. Make of it what you will. Consciousness is the lever that unlocks the world's largest, most persistent and perennial problems. A global increase in consciousness is long overdue. I think that bottom bit stood out to me. Perennial problems. I think that's something a doctor needs to sort out. But definitely a global increase in consciousness is long overdue. That just came up, man. That just popped up there when I looked at rising consciousness. Even the internet's agreeing with me now. A raising consciousness is long overdue. And it's due, right, in 2025. I'm telling you. So, what are we going to take away from this video here? Basically, there's a giant star out there. It's not misbehaving. It's doing its natural cycle of dying. It will be gone within the next 100,000 years. Possibly could be today. Could be tomorrow. It could completely implode on itself. Turn into a giant supermassive black hole. That could potentially then swallow up the constellation of Orion's belt. But this is all, you know, there's nebulas producing stars. We're going off into, we're not going to go into that. But what's going to happen is a star will explode. A star has already started to explode. That SME has to go somewhere. And I believe it's coming to Earth. Because that guest that I was talking about on Next Level Soul, the guest said, when they were talking about 2025, they were talking. And when he asked, what do you believe is going to happen? I'll make another video to the link of the actual video. We can look at that clip together. We can look at the actual clip that I'm talking about. It's out there. I've actually saved it for another video. But just before the woman says what's about to happen, it goes to an advert. As it cuts to an advert, a voice in my head said, Beetlejuice. And it was clear as day. In my voice. It was in my voice, but I was not thinking of that at all. I was just watching this podcast. The woman, he was like, what do you think is going to happen in 2025? And it just cut to an advert. I had no idea what the woman was going to say, but this voice in my head just said Beetlejuice. And I was like, Beetlejuice? Why has it said that? So I paused the video. I went and made a coffee. And just Beetlejuice. Kept saying it in my head. Why is it saying Beetlejuice? So when I went back and I unpaused it, I thought, let me just see what this woman says straight away. The woman says she thinks the explosion, the light of Beetlejuice, is going to be hitting Earth and raising the consciousness of mankind. She says it, Beetlejuice. And I heard it before she said it. That confirmed to me I had to make this video. And that was about 4 or 5 days ago. I've put up a couple of videos since then, but this one I wanted to sit down, do it a bit more properly, with a bit more information. Not just sat in my car. I wanted to do it a bit more properly. I've got to get some posters around here of the big JC, some Jesus Christ and some spiritual posters up, and get rid of this Spider-Man. Actually, should we keep Spider-Man? We'll keep Spider-Man for a little bit, you know. Spider-Man, Jesus and Buddha. And me and my wife on our wedding day down there. That's pretty cool. What was I saying? So I get distracted. Yeah, so she said about Beetlejuice, and that confirmed to me because I heard it. And I wasn't expecting to hear it. I wasn't expecting to hear it. All people that get messages or things come to them when it's the right time, doesn't always happen. Visions. When it happens, you know when it's happened, because it's a knowing. It's a whole body knowing. And then I had to look up what was going on. I had no idea that in March of this year that huge SME had happened. So to me, it just all linked up. She said it. Something's been going on with this star. It's actually being looked at by the scientists, by NASA. She said it, and I heard the voice in my head. That's three things that confirmed to me I had to make this video, let you guys know not to be scared. The world might go into a bit of turmoil, but 2025, something huge is going to happen. And alongside that, the light of Beetlejuice, I believe, will be raising the consciousness of mankind. Like, I think that message needs to start getting out there. There's two of us confirmed believe that to be the case now. Let's get that message out there. Do your research and just have a look what's about. And I'll continue to do the same. If you find anything super interesting that I've missed out, please, please, please leave it in the comments. Even if you haven't liked the video, leave it in the comments. Like and subscribe, notification bell icon and all that bizzo if you want to. Obviously, you don't have to. And love you all. No matter who you are out there, I want to thank you for being down here on Earth with me and all of us at this time in this great awakening. It's going to be tough. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be mayhem. There's going to be love. But you're here. You're doing it. We're doing it together. God bless. Love you. See you later.